Hey everyone, how you doing? Well, we're back again, and we wanted to do, excuse me a minute, we wanted to do a third part here to the video, and I've got a title here that we're going to use. We're running the corona through your system, templating the etheric body, and what this means. Okay, wonderful thing that I want to make mention here right off the bat is in the first video that I did, I wasn't quite anticipating the response that I got for the first video, but I also want to mention this. I still, at this particular point in time, have not listened to anyone else's pontificating or predictions or whatever on this coronavirus. For the reason being, I wanted to keep myself open, as it were, to the clarity of my own source, if I can put it that way. And I think that was a responsible thing to do on my part. Having had the chance to read the comments that were on the first video about people who have gone through very similar experiences. I know there's kind of shitty times out there right now, but I got to tell you, when I read the responses and I saw so many people who have gone through the same thing, and I'm sure a lot of you that made the comments and said, holy geez, I'm not by myself here. There are whole other people out there who are just as nutty as I am. And that's kind of the way that I felt also. I was just pleasantly surprised, astounded, and the similarity of experiences kind of blew me away. So in thinking of that afterwards, I have to admit I really got excited, okay, because yeah, I know it's a really crap can situation that's going on out there right now. A lot of people are hurting, and a lot of people are confused, they're scared, and if you've got children, it's probably even worse, and I understand, I do. And I feel a great deal of compassion for you, and I don't know if my video would help anybody, but perhaps it will. But for me, what I did also is, again, I'm not one to take everything as context immediately. I'm one of those people, you know, there's so many people in the spiritual community, all want to jump up at the moment to get something and get up and pontificate and be a star. I like to talk, and I'm mouthy, but I like to wait till I get some kind of validation or some kind of proof, if you will, that what I'm talking about is actually somewhere in the range of the ballpark in some way, shape, or form. And so what happened is after I saw the comments on the first video and a lot of the people going through almost identical with a little bit of variation here and there, what I was going through, I'm saying, holy jeez, I had no idea there would be that many. And I did. I got excited. And the reason I got excited was because I'm just feeling like there's something in this evolutionary process, some intelligence that is so beyond us, all right, that is literally arranging and having people strategically located at strategic time everywhere on the planet, from different bloodlines, different races, different cultures, different denominations of religion, and they're having these experiences that are all similar, with a little variation, of course. I mean, what kind of such, and this is not Kundalini stuff, all right? This is evolution. And the more I thought about the comments that I had to go back and I read the comments on that video probably 3 or 4 times, and I was just so taken with it, and I was so happy, and I was so pleased that so many of you took the time to step out and actually make a comment. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart to making the Melvinator feel better. You did, a whole pile of you, and I'm eternally grateful to you. So hopefully what can happen is this can be, you know, another really positive, creative video for you, of understanding. So I started to realize that I wanted to poke around a little bit more and kind of see what's going on, kind of thing. So I did. One of the things that came up right away when I saw all of you, the response was, holy shit. Well, does that mean, we and myself and all of you out there have gone through this, does that mean we have immunity to the coronavirus? Well, here's what I do know. One thing that I do know, having created the modality, healing modality, Meridian Energetics, and from the practitioners that I've trained and from the school that I went to in the Dream State, the teachers there told us that everything begins in the etheric body, which is a duplicate of the physical. And they also mentioned that there were other bodies within the etheric body. So that if something is going to be permanent in the physical as a manifestation, it must be first created, templated, or it must exist in the etheric body as form or shape. So when the practitioners are working on somebody, when I'm training them, they listen to the person's complaint at a physical level, but they don't work on the physical complaints, they work on the etheric level, on the etheric body. So if what I'm saying is correct, then what this means is we have some thing, consciousness, mind, whatever you want to call it. I'm not going to use the word God here because this denotes religious connotations, and all the Bible thumpers will be jumping out of their pajamas and running for the Bible, and I want to listen to all that crap again. So what happened is evolution is taking a step, and I got really excited, and I said, okay, I want more info here. I want more info. So I started poking around on the newscasts all over the place. And because I was looking for something, what I was looking for was some more people's experience of what they went through as they actually had the coronavirus and what were their physical symptoms. And I got lucky. I like getting lucky. Matter of fact, I get lucky a lot. Okay? I'm just a lucky person. Lucky Melvinator. That's me. So anyways, I started looking around and I found, I believe it was 4 or 5 more. I mean, that's not a really big number, but it gives me a cross section along with what you wonderful people told me in your comments. And lo and behold, these are the ones that actually went through it, and they talked about their symptoms, and guess what? I found a couple in the 30 age capacity, a couple in the 40s, and even one in the 70s. And when they talk about it, guess what? They went through exactly, with some little bit of variation, the same symptoms that I did back in December, January of this year. So I'm saying to myself, okay, this is getting a little strange here. So the next question I asked myself, well, does this give us, me and the rest of you who have experienced it, immunity to the virus? What I do know is this, is when you establish something in the etheric body, from the training that I've had and what I trained the students for the modality, is you have to exercise a template that is established as a permanent aspect of the person. So what I do, and what I did with my trainees, is I came up with a program of exercises, meditations, and visualizations that started before they actually start doing hands-on stuff, which is exactly for that purpose. It is for templating, reintroducing, getting in touch with the etheric body, setting up a process or a means that they can evolve into becoming hands-on, energetic facilitators for other people. So I'm saying to myself, yeah, okay, if that's the way it works, then the system has got to work that way too. So I'm sitting here and I'm getting like excited as hell, and I'm saying, holy shit! Like, people out there don't realize what's happening and what's going on, and I'm going to tell you what's going on. And I started thinking about this, and I'm saying, holy mackerel, if this is the case, then we are about to take probably the most gigantic, the most quantum leap in consciousness in the history of humanity right now in the next few months, in the next few weeks. And what's happening is this, whomever, whatever, power, higher source, whatever we want to call it, has downloaded or templated within a number of us this template. All right. And if this template can be, as I've put into the first video and I've put into a couple of other videos, you've heard me talk about transference. And initially, when most of us started experiencing transference, it was in a negative thing. We're picking up all kinds of negative shit from other people, and we had to protect ourselves and blah, 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 and all that kind of stuff. Well, what's happened now is some of us have reached a point where we have evolved to the point where we filter out most of the shit. We've changed our environment and our lifestyle to suit us as an individual, so we don't take it on. So now what happens is we have the chance, once doing that, to move up to a higher vibration and stabilize it at an energetic level. This includes stabilization of the heart center chakra. So what happens is you create a new frequency. So in the exercises that I was teaching people, I am, as most of you know, a fanatic. I'm completely obsessed with heart center awakening and heart center development because I know the significance and the importance of it. So every exercise that I did with my trainees is I had them do heart center and get focused, heart center, get focused, heart center and get focused all the time. And it works. It is the way to salvation, if you want to put it in that kind of a term. So it ends up that the etheric body, in a good number of us now contains the energetic template of what it was like and what it is like to go through the experience of the coronavirus. Now, whether that gives us immunity, I'm not sure yet, and I'm not going to say that it does or it doesn't, because to be quite honest, I don't know. I am hoping that there will be someone somewhere, hopefully not me, okay, who will actually be exposed to someone in a family or their family or someone who has it, and see if they actually develop any symptoms at all, or it just bounces right off them by a vibrational pattern. I'm noticing also this, and I want to touch on this for a moment. You will notice that in the past I have put up videos that the most important thing in spiritual growth was and is the development of the personality of the individual in question. What I mean by that is you acquire changes in your personality, you acquire these ingredients: honesty, sincerity, compassion, integrity, authenticity, and you can name off half a dozen more. With those components, which usually you acquire over a period of time, you emanate a certain vibration. Now, it doesn't have to be perfect. Reasonably close will do. Nobody has to be perfect here. Reasonably close will do. Once you emanate that particular vibration, then potentially your etheric body can be then downloaded with higher frequency templates, not the lower ones anymore per se, because you know how to focus your consciousness, excuse me, to the heart center chakra. Okay, you follow me? Okay. So once this happens and you go through this, what happens is you are literally selected by the evolutionary process, if you will, as an appropriate vehicle to manifest in three-dimensional reality a vibrational spin cycle or pattern that is likened to or the same as the coronavirus. You follow me so far? Okay. So you would go through all of the physical symptoms and manifest them through your physical body depending upon age, environment, personality, etc., etc., etc. This isn't rocket science. This is Melvin science. Okay? This is a good school I teach here. Pay attention. Get more people to come to my school. Get them here, because I know what I'm talking about. And I can help. Just sitting here and listening to me will help you by the vibration that I'm going to transfer to you, and you, some of you will transfer to me. We will communicate and connect by transference. So get your people and to come to my channel and get them to subscribe and pay attention, because in the next few weeks, I'm going to be giving a lot of template transference information that a lot of people need. Okay? Let's work together here. I have the mouth. A lot of you have the experience and the talent. Get them here, and we can save a whole pile of people. Anyways, to continue on, what happens after that is the evolutionary process can vibrate or select these particular individuals and download that template within the body physical. So that what happens is this. You then get to the point where the template is entered into the etheric body. The etheric body is a duplicate of the physical. It's just not quite as dense. Okay, it's what you do and use when you go out of body. You're in a body, but it's not physical. Also, I've mentioned this before, that within the etheric body are some energetic sheath bodies. Sheath, okay, not sheet, not shit, sheath, S-H-E-A-T-H, sheath, okay? A lot of people get that one wrong. It's a real tongue grabber. So as you download this into the etheric body, this then prevents that particular vibration, I do believe, from actually being attracted to the physical body. So what I'm saying is you're probably immune. What I don't know is, am I right? Okay? And I admit it. Time will tell. But I think, therefore I is, or I am, whatever. So once this template is downloaded, you then infuse this into one of the sheath bodies, which are vibrationally 12 in number, which akin to and relate to the 12 chakra system as dimensions, vibrations, or applications. You see, we cannot go where we need to go as a species based on what we're doing now, okay? It's a wonderful thing, our economy, all right? But our economy is based on technology of the old school, the old boys, about money, profit. I don't have a problem at all with making profit. But how much profit is enough? How much is enough? Companies are there to make profit. But when profit becomes the most important thing and people get forgotten about, there's something wrong with the system. Also, at this particular point, people now who are reaching this stage of evolution that are, shall we say, having to be more careful with their environment. They have to be careful with the water that they drink. They have to be careful with the food that they take in. All of you know what that's like. You've all had to make personal choices and decisions. Some of you have walked away from very beneficial financial careers. Some of you have walked away from positions of authority and power because you changed. Your personality changed. So what's happening now is enough of us have done that. Enough of us have done that. We have tilted the scales in our favor. So what has happened is, through the numbers game, there's enough of us now who half the time don't know what's going on with us, who as vehicles of the new consciousness are now affecting the individuals in the general population and society. So at this particular point, in order for society to change And isn't it wonderful to go outside, everyone? Isn't it wonderful when you go on any of the news and you see the air over Italy is beautiful and wonderful. You can breathe it. The air in China is beautiful. You can breathe it. You hear all of the things about climate change that are happening. And why are they happening? Because the earth cannot keep producing and giving raw material in the vast amount of the appetite for consumerism and commercialism that companies want to produce gigantic profit margins on this planet. There are too many people to continue to do that. And the end result is a breakdown in the system. But in order for the breakdown in the system to happen, you have to have a breakdown in the people system. And this is what's taking place at this particular point in time. So the idea here is this, is as this continues on, what's going to take place is this. Given 2-3 months down the road, as this unfolds, and just as a little sidelight here for a moment, the government now, United States, Canada, and many other places, is doling out billions of dollars in every different avenue and venue to assist people through this timely situation. And I want to point out something to you. Keep in mind, all governments have no money. They don't have any money. And the only money that they do have and giving back to you is your money. It's your money. And they take it from you at will. And as much as they want, when they want. It's called creative financing. Governments and politicians are very good at doing it. All right? So think about that. Yes, it's your duty to pay taxes because that's what you told you so, and then they made it law. And you have to. The days of have to are coming to an end. The economy that is going to manifest out of this time is going to be much different because the consciousness of the individuals, once this whole scenario comes to completion, and it will, is going to be different. The people right now that don't have a job to go to, or a holiday to go on, or a place to go, and their shopping has become limited, and what's going to happen is they're going to change. The whole way they think, react is going to change. And these people strategically located who have manifested these symptoms of the coronavirus, here's what I believe is going to happen. I believe, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that is all of us who have manifested this through our body physicals and templated it in to our etheric bodies are the ones that are going to bring an end to this, simply by transference to other people surrounding us. And this will bring an end to any future virus or coronavirus or family of coronavirus, of any type of virus that cannot reach the vibration of where we are. But it cannot be done, literally, in a sense, by a vaccine. Everyone knows as well as I do, we have a vaccine that they come up every year with the flu. And yet every year with the flu, thousands of people still die. And as a matter of fact, the flu still has killed more people right now than the coronavirus has. Every year, it's the same thing. What makes this different, is fear. The fear generated by not having a vaccine or any means of this has driven people into a state of hysteria. The other thing that I want to point out is this. While dabbling around on the news looking for individuals who have actually gone through this, I came across a headline from Taiwan. That should give you something to think about. Taiwan has the coronavirus, and they have, I don't know, I can't remember offhand. They've got quite a few hundred cases going on. Schools are open. Restaurants are open. Bars are open. Businesses are open. Nothing's shut down. Why is that? Why is that? Because the government did something. The government there, as it seems, prepared for this. Instead of building a new aircraft carrier or new submarines or putting up new missiles or getting guns or selling guns, they actually put together a program of this, and this came from, I believe, the experience of the SARS situation, which happened in the past. And they were ready for this. They had masks. They had ventilators. Look at us here in Canada and the United States. Already, it's just getting started in the US and they're out of masks. Haven't got enough ventilators. Haven't got enough medical supplies. Same here in Canada. Something wrong with the system. And the other thing that's going to happen is this, is by the time this is all said and done, there are going to be a lot of very pissed off people. Very pissed off people. Not in the sense of anger, but in the sense of, I'm not putting up with this shit anymore attitude. I'm not going to buy this crap anymore. That will dictate the change in our economy that's going to come in a different way in that sense. Because those leaders, those people who cannot, will not adapt to the change, and cannot uplift themselves into a higher vibration, literally, and I know what I'm talking about here, will not be here, either physically or not be in their positions any longer. It is that simple. So, before I let it go here, what I'm going to do here is, some people asked me how to stay grounded. I'm going to stop here because I'm 28 minutes into a video here, and I don't want to kind of take too long. The other thing I want to say just before I end here is that it's very important at the time that we continue the dialogue, and it's very important that transference continue. So invite your friends to come. Get people to come and listen, at least to these 2 or 3 videos that I'm going to put up, so that we can do some transference. I can share with you, you can share with me, and then we can share with other people. And I would like to hear some of your input about what other people might be saying, to see if I'm a nut job, or actually some of the stuff is resonating. Well, I know it is by the first video anyway. And if any of you need assistance or help, twinflames.ca, that's our website. And we're there, we have services that are there for people. I know there are a lot of people who are still wanting and needing help. And I'm here and I'm available. The information that I give on YouTube is for free. But if you come to me for assistance, obviously I charge for a service. I don't do free on one-on-ones and personals. Okay? Have a great day, everybody, and I'll see you shortly with another video. Take care, because I care.